Hello, hello. I am back, and I saw a Sinners last night, and I wasn't really planning to. Like, first off, I'm not a fan of Michael B. Jordan. Like, he's whatever, not good, but not bad. I'm just not a fangirl. And second, I don't really care for vampires, so I was like, Sinners, a vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan, I'll pass. But like many of you, social media has been flooded with skits and reviews, and like folks are making a comedy bits around Sinners, and I'm like, okay, it can't possibly be this good, right? It can't be that good. But I actually had some money, and I was like, okay, I don't have anything better to do, and I haven't been to a movie since January. So I haven't been in a movie theater in like 4 months. So I said, all right, I'll go and see Sinners. It can't possibly be that good. So I sit down, I watch it, and I'm like, okay, it's a horror film. All right, cool. Okay, no, it's about some gangsters in the deep south, and they want to make a sawmill. And I'm like, okay, they bought a sawmill to make into a nightclub. And if you've seen the film, I'm not going to explain everything. So I'm watching it. There's these twin gangsters, and they want to make a nightclub for black people owned by black people. And I said, okay, that's neat. All right, cool. And then the Chinese characters came in, and I'm a history nerd, so I already knew what a Chinese folks were doing in a Southern movie. Like it wasn't a woke call. It's just after the Civil War ended, the slave owner folks brought in a Chinese and other folks to work the fields. They didn't bring in many of them, but they brought in enough. So that explains why they have descendants who own a grocery store in the middle of Mississippi. So anyway, while all this is going on, they're like playing music and they're telling stories, and there's humor in this film. There's comedy, and it fits right in. It doesn't feel jarring because I don't know if you know this, but black folks love making jokes. We love being unserious, even when we should be serious. And let me tell you that there are so many iconic lines. Like when he said, "Where you going? My uh, a bullet is gonna get there first." I was like, "Ha! Oh, that's funny." But then he shot him in the knee. I was like, "Oh, oh, oh!" I know you're bad guys, but jeez, man, like he already stopped. Like you didn't have to shoot him in the knee. Anyway, well, this is going on. I'm like, this is a great movie. Like, I don't even care about the vampires. Like, I want to see them start a nightclub and have shootouts and smuggle stuff. But no, the vampires come in, and then the Choctaw come in, and I'm like, okay, so this is why some folks come compare the film to a Dust Till Dawn from a Quentin Tarantino, because just like in that film, a Sinner spends its first half as a crime drama film, and then it switches to being a vampire horror film. So the vampire comes in, and the sun is setting, and the Choctaw are like, listen, do not let this man in. He is not what he seems. And the white folks are like, well, he's white and you're not, so we're gonna let him in. And so they let him in, and I'm like, yeah, I see where this is going. They are all screwed. So back at the club, Sammy's playing his guitar, and folks already spoiled this scene online. Like they said, oh, the club scene is so like amazing. It's so this and that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It can't be that good. Like I understand the music might be good, but it can't be that good. But then I'm watching it, and you have to see it to believe it. You have to be in there and feel and hear the music. Because I was sitting there with this big old astounded grin. I'm just like, oh my gosh, just wow. Like the way all the different sounds and the instruments were incorporated. And then the Chinese folks, they were there, and because they were in close proximity, their ancestors pulled up, and I'm like, oh, cultures mixing and mingling and coming together. Yes, music. Like, I love me some music. Like, I have a stutter, duh, but when I sing, I don't stutter, and I listen to music a lot because music is a form of communication where I don't stutter, but I can't sing my way through life. So sadly, I love music. I love to make music because it beats talking. Anyway, so while Sammy is playing, Remick and his vampire buddies, they show up and he's like, oh yeah, I want Sammy's music so I can bring back my own ancestors. You see how I didn't stutter while I was singing? But you understood me. Anyway, uh, Remick shows up and he's like, hey, I want Sammy. Like, I want him so I too can hear my ancestors and commune with them. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But he wants to kill Sammy and like keep him with him forever and always. I'm like, ooh, like I get you, I understand you, but the killing part, I don't really like that. You know, like I'm a soft person. So one of the twins, he has a passing lover, and bless her heart, she just wanted to help. Like, she just wanted to help her man have a have a good night, and that ruins everybody's night. But yeah, the Irish guy, he pulls up at the door. He's like, "Oh howdy! I heard you folks were playing some mighty good Jamie jams. Can we join in?" And everybody's like, no, like number one, why are you so friendly? Like, you're a white man in the South. Why are you being friendly to us black people? And then Remix like, oh, I don't much care for color. I mean, music's good no matter who's playing it. So just let me on in there and we'll play for you. And we got money and we'll buy drinks and eat food and we'll pay for all of it. And despite the twins being gangsters, their common sense beats their agreed, and they're like, no, there's something up. Like we don't know you're vampires, but you're definitely not a normal white person. Like like first of all, it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and these random white folks pull up being too friendly to black folks, and it's hella sus. So they say, okay, we're sorry, sir and ma'am, but y'all gotta find somewhere else to play your banjos because we don't want none of whatever the heck is going on here. And Mary, she walks outside and finds them again, and Remi's like, yes, now's my chance to get in. And so they buy her, turn her. She goes back inside, turns one of the twins, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, like Mary didn't mean to start a whole chain of events, but alas, she started it. Folks are dead. Folks are turned, and one of the twins, the one who is not with Mary, he has a wife who does voodoo or hoodoo, and she is a genre savvy. And if you don't know what that means, it's where a character is aware of what film they're in, like not in a fourth a wall kind of way. It's just they they realize the situation calls for a set of events and steps and stuff. And so, being a genre savvy, she quickly clocks that we are in a horror film with vampires, and they can't be let inside without explicit consent. And so she pulls the survivors together and says, "All right, here's what's going to happen. These are vampires. They are folks we know, but no longer. Like, they may have their voices and memories, but they have been consumed by darkness or whatever." So anyway, so I want y'all to make some steaks and garlic and holy water. And these guys hate sun, so if we can just stay inside for the next 6 to 7 hours, we can all live until dawn. But the vampire, he ain't got time for all that. Like to be honest, if everybody just plugged their ears and just sat on the floor for like 8 hours, they all could have survived the movie. But alas, one of the women inside of a Chinese woman, her husband got turned, and she can't stand that. Like the lead vampire, he's all like, "Hello, love, I got your husband out here, and he tells me that your daughter is in town." And she's like, "No, don't you kill my daughter! And you already took my husband." And the thing is, what she does next isn't stupid because she doesn't have all the facts. She doesn't know that the vampire only wants Sammy because of his magic guitar skills that transcend time and space and summons ghosts. She doesn't know that he really wants a Sammy. It's all or nothing. So she really thinks that this vampire is gonna go into town and like kill her daughter. Plus, it already has her husband. So she's like, "My husband's gone. My daughter's in jeopardy. Fuck it. I invite you in. Come on in." And that's when we have this huge fight out. There's shooting. There's Molotovs. There's stabbing and shanking. And she kills her husband and like dies alongside him. And I'm like, well, I saw some older Chinese folks in the background, so maybe those are her grandparents. She'll be an orphan, but at least she'll have grandparents, so it's not that bad. Anyway, Chinese woman and her man both die together. The twin brothers are like fighting each other. One's good, one's bad. You know, like this fight scene. And meanwhile, Remick finally gets a hold of Sammy, and Sammy, who's a preacher's son, starts reciting scripture like, "My Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name," blah 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 blah. And then the Irish vampire starts reciting with him, and he's like, "I remember when those words were first forced down my throat," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, Irish was pagan before it was Catholic." So wait a minute, I don't know the time frames, but doing math, this guy's over 1,000 years old. I'm like, damn. So you've been alone for 1,000 years, unable to feel your ancestors, and because the English conquered his people, as he remembers them are also dead. You know, like they've been conquered for centuries. So his living people are unrecognizable to him. Plus he can't feel his ancestors. So he's lonely on both ends. Cause he can't die and be with he can't die and be with his people, but he also can't live with his people, and you get where he's coming from. But again, he murdered dozens of black people, and because the vampires have a hive mind, he controls the black folks he turns. So, like, yeah, you understand he's lonely and grieving, and he just wants community, but also he enslaved all these black people. He enslaved the Chinese guy. Like, he wanted a community so badly that he took away the autonomy and free will of these people of color and forced them to be around him and to accept him. It's a twisted thing. It makes him a villain, but a villain you understand. He's still murderous and evil, which you get. Anyway, I love what Ryan Coogler did, where he compared the Irish and the black experiences to each other because both were conquered, both had a Christianity forced on them. By the way, this film is not pro-Christian. I'm sorry to say, but it's not pro-Christian because the music in this film, it flat out states this religion is theirs, meaning it belongs to the white folks. But this music is ours. We brought that with us. We made it. We evolved it. We make it flourish. This belongs to us. And no Irish tap dancing vampire can take that away from us. Like he might be from an oppressed group too, but that doesn't give him the right to oppress us and take from us. You know, like we should be working together not fighting. But anyway, the music is so freaking amazing. Like the first thing I did this morning, because I'm in my PJs. The first thing I did was a listen to the soundtrack. My goodness, the soundtrack is amazing, and the visuals, and I love how ridiculous this film is, because you got gangsters and vampires and Jim Crow and all of these different genres and cultures just blending, and it doesn't feel random. Like some folks think the dancing is corny. Like when the spirits come in, there's a DJ, a break dancer, there's a woman a twerking in the background, and some folks go, okay, this is kind of corny. Like having all these different types of folks dancing. I'm like, corny or not, these are all part of the African Black experience. It belongs here, whether you think so or not. This twerking and crip walking might be ghetto, but it belongs here, whether you want it to or not. And then you had the Irish guy step dancing and singing, and you're like, this is kind of ridiculous. But also, he is covered in blood, his eyes are glowing, and he is surrounded by his cult, and their eyes are glowing, and they're all bloody, and they're singing and swaying and dancing with him too. And you can laugh if you want to, but it was still creepy as hell, because you know that they're just out here like, oh yeah, we're dancing and singing, we can't wait to come in there and kill you all and take singing for ourselves, woo. And I'm like, man, this song is bopping. Rocky Road to Dublin, take this and that, there ghosts and goblins. I'm like, yeah, but also, like, I love it when a villain can sing or dance, like I'm a dummy for that. But yeah, a great movie. I would probably see it again if I had money, but with inflation and recession, I might have to wait until it comes out on DVD or streaming. So 10 out of 10 movie, great film, surprisingly really good and refreshing. It's not overhyped like I assumed, so please go watch it if you want to. Yeah.